guys. Today we're going to talk about the new thing that I've done with the CRM. And basically what I've done is if you click on contacts in the far left, you will notice that I have created a whole new column that we are calling lead type. So the lead type is the type of lead and the relationship that the contact has with one of our business groups, either MVR, MTE for making travel easy, or making business make sense. So it's a really quick way to kind of get to the type of contact that you're going to get, and I'm going to explain them very briefly. I do ask that in the future that when you add a new or create a new contact, that you include the lead type so we don't have to sort through this later. It was a lot of work for Joe and I last night when we were cleaning this up to have to go through and literally try and look in the notes to figure out what their relationship was with us. And I just ask if you can give as many detailed notes as possible when you have contact with them or when you attempt to contact them. I think it'll make this process a lot smoother moving forward. So I'm going to go through the lead types very quickly. And those also be found once you click on the actual contact. You'll see a drop-down box for lead type, and you can just select from the drop-down box. So the first is commercial real estate prospect. That is someone that is looking at commercial real estate and that we need to match with the commercial real estate realtor. MTE, MVR team member, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but it's pretty much someone like myself that's either an executive advisor on the Making Travel Easy team or the Making Vacation Rentals team or the Making Business Make Sense team. So that's pretty much us. Multiple unit property owner. A multi-unit property owner for our purposes is someone that either owns a bunch of condos or apartments, not single home property owners. Even if single home property owners own more than one home, I still have them listed under single home property owners, and you can simply annotate in the contact that they have multiple units. But for our purposes and for particularly the salespeople, multiple unit owned property owners are apartment building owners or condo owners. Other is just a category I put for people there. We just don't know how they got in the database. Maybe Brandon met them and he doesn't remember how he met them or whatever. If you notice, for the most part, they're unassigned. I didn't want to delete them out of the database, but that's why they have the other category. There is no information in there. I think at a later date, maybe we can do some research and figure out how they got in there, but I don't think it's a good use of our time now. Potential guests, that category is probably on the Making Travel Easy side. And these are guests that were most likely coming here for the Super Bowl that got into the CRM and never came, but we could probably reach out to maybe next year for the Atlanta Super Bowl, and let them know about the offerings that we have. So I kept them in there as well. Property management company, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, particularly for the salespeople. Real estate prospect. Real estate prospect is someone that's not looking for a commercial real estate prospect, but someone that is looking at buying a home and probably and we want to put them in touch with the realtor and is most likely going to want to use our services after they purchase the home. But we can make money either on referring them to the agent and getting a kickback from that. And obviously, if they decide they want to go ahead and do the professional hosting thing, we can be their consultant or their professional hosting company. Realtor is someone involved in the real estate business. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. A service provider is someone that's providing a service to one of the business groups. That could be a lawyer, it could be an accountant, it could be an electrician, it could be the pool guy, it could be just someone that's not part of the actual business, but that does provide services that we need for the business units to properly function. The biggest category that we have under this lead type is single home property owner. A single home property owner is someone that owns at least one residential property. So pretty much someone that we built a listing for, but we never, like for the Super Bowl, for example, and no one booked with them, or someone did book with them, but they own at least one single home property. And that can actually include duplexes or triplexes or quads. They're just not, they're not like, I pretty much say that multiple is probably over 10 units. Puts them into that category. And these people may have maybe 2 or 3 homes, or maybe, maybe even 5, but I'm distinguishing them between condos and apartments. Oh, excuse me. And I believe we've got one more category. Strategic partner. Strategic partner is someone that is going to do business with one of the business entities, but but is not necessarily going to be part of the business, although they may be consulting for us, or we may be part of their organization peripherally or doing something different, but they're not a service provider per se, and they're not an executive advisor, but they are someone that we are engaged with somehow through one of the business entities. And that is pretty much it. Again, I ask that when you make notes in the future, 2 things. From now on, when you create a contact or put a contact in the CRM, please put the lead type so that we know, where it came from or what the relationship is with our organization. And 2, try and make as detailed notes as possible moving forward. It really was a challenge to kind of have to go through all of these individual contacts and try and figure out just exactly what had happened with them and how they related to our broader business. And with that, I thank you.